Hello, my friend, and welcome to the show. I am Lou Mongello. You, as I said, are my friend. It is Wednesday night, my favorite night of the week. If you are watching live, thank you so much for joining me. If you're watching on the replay, join us here every Wednesday night right here at WDW Radio Live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the show. Like so many people who I see are in the box already. Familiar names and faces like Kyle Loomis, Colin Kendall, Jim O, Chef Bob from the Boathouse. I love my chair. I love my meal and my meeting there on Monday, and all the delicious food. And Chef Robert? I don't remember his name. He came out. Everybody and everything was wonderful. I can't wait to come back again and again. I don't always do coaching meetings in person in Disney World, but when I do, they're at the Boathouse. So thank you so much, brother. Always a good time. Sat outside by the water. Oh, so nice. Anyway, Dylan Ironheart says, let's rock this house. Rock it inside out. I feel like I'm back in the 80s all over again. Martin Shergold from the UK representing all of Europe, actually, tonight for the time being. I think somebody said they were from Malaysia, which I don't believe is in Europe. But representing all of Malaysia, thank you so much for being here. Eric McMahon, Chris Hauser-Koros from Maryland, representing the country of Maryland. Oh, crab cakes. Soft shell. I see. It always comes back to the Boathouse. I hear Maryland, I think crab cakes. I think crab cakes. I think soft shell crab. I think soft shell crab sandwich. I think of the Boathouse. I might be back Friday night, just so you know. Kathleen Slovak Musgrave, I have not seen you in ages. I think the last time I saw you was in Hawaii, possibly. Thomas Zukas, so ready for this, trying to stay warm in New Hampshire. Thomas, we're trying to stay warm down here too. Like, I actually have a long sleeve shirt on. It was like 60 degrees the other day. The Floridians were hoarding bread and milk like it was the snowpocalypse down here. Burger Cookies from Maryland. Cheryl Pickard. I like Picard because it sounds more like the captain. Somebody actually brought me down the burger, whatever. The black and white coat, the chocolate coat. They're nice. If you come down again and want to, you have a supply, feel free. Emma McLaughlin, it is so good to see you. How are you doing? How are you feeling? My buddy, I saw Joseph Ballesteros is in there from talkingaboutthemagic.com. John C. Jones, good to see you as well. Jamie Williams had to buy a sweatshirt. It's amazing how you can go from seeing the misting water fans on Main Street to the next day, they're selling hats and gloves and scarves and like onesies. Robin Luttrell from Hollywood, California. Dig me some Hollywood. We're actually coming back. I'm going back to Cali. I know, I think so. Actually, next year, right around this, no, it's November. Next October, we're going to be there for the Backstage Magic Tour, and I will let you guys know first, there is still there's now one spot available for Backstage Magic, where we go to, get ready for this, y'all. We don't just do a tour of Hollywood and things like the El Capitan Theater, but you go places like inside the Jim Henson Studios, which is still one of my favorite things I ever did, other than sitting in Walt's booth at the Tam O'Shanter. We go to a little place known as Walt Disney Imagineering. We go backstage at Disneyland, backstage at California Adventure, and a few other surprises as well. If you have any questions, go to the event page or just contact Mousefan Travel, and they will hook you up. Go to mousefantravel.com. Say, I want that last spot at Lou Mongello's Backstage Magic Tour in October 2018. Ashley Hardy, first live show you've made in a long time. It's good to see you. I saw somebody from Maine. It was just that it went by too fast. But welcome. I hear it's cold. And people are without power up in Maine. So, is it me or is Lou brighter? I try to be a shining bright light. I was playing around with some of the lighting in the home studio, aka the fifth bedroom in the house. Emma McLaughlin, I'll get it right. I'm good, managing to stay awake. Less than 6 months the next Florida trip. Going to book the Cali Grill brunch. I have not done it yet. I would love to see you when you get here, and by see you, I mean handshake, hug, and share a meal. Kyle Loomis, I am totally going to see Thor Ragnarok. I'm hearing some good stuff about it from some people who have seen it and some people who have worked on it. So I'm excited to hopefully catch it this weekend. It's Wine and Dine weekend. Let's have a roll call for anybody that's coming to Wine and Dine, whether you're running, cheering, or just happen to be there for Food and Wine weekend. Clearly, I'm not running, but I am going to be there cheering, hopefully one, if not both days, juggling some scheduling stuff, and Meat of the Month this Saturday in Walt Disney World during Food and Wine Festival in my favorite pavilion, which you know is Japan, lower level seating area. Maybe we'll get some nice weather. And, oh, God, stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin it. Go Food and Wine Festival. Go to Japan. Do not pass go. Do not stop anywhere else. Don't get distracted. Go right to Japan. I don't want to tell them this because I don't want them to run out again. But the wasabi, the little shumai, domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. They are so blanking good. Ricky DJ Technoid Reed, what's going on? Next year we're going to do Boathouse in the Park, John C. Jones, Pinky Swear, brother. We are there. Dan Mulca, Meat of the Month and Meat of the Month. Absolutely. More like the meat of the week. Meat of the day. Saturday at Food and Wine. Hopefully no drunks, Glenn Briggs. At least not in our group. So, John Fulton, sorry we're going to miss you. I know you're coming in on Sunday. I will try and leave some of the shumai and some of the other favorites that I have for you. So we're going to have a little surprise, too. A little surprise that nobody else knows about at the Meat of the Month except this guy. So we might have a little special guest coming in to say hello. So, Colin would love to say hi when we're down this March. Just missed you last trip. Yeah, man, I know sometimes 2 ships in the night, but as long as I'm here, you know I would love to hook up and say hi. Joe Messina, good to see you as well. John Maloney needs some closed captioning. I don't even know if closed captioning can keep up with the nonsense. Do I have a special guest with me tonight? I have nobody, but I look towards the door and the silhouette that somebody sent me of Peter Pan because I need to pretend like I'm talking to somebody. Ollie Tilson, my best bit of my Asia Disney tour. You must be from the UK because you said best bit. Bob, I was there for lunch. I had a coaching session that we did at his request. He flew in he didn't flew in for the boat. He flew in for the coaching session and he wanted to have it at the boathouse. Who am I to say no? We sat outside. We were there for about 3.5 hours, so it's about the same amount of time that I'm normally there. The best part of my Asia trip, there was a couple of parts. I loved going to visit the home of families in Beijing. I'm not going to lie to you. When we went to Japan and I sat down in a traditional Edo-style Japanese sushi restaurant, and I just had tuna, and you could ask Becky Menken. There was I could feel myself. There was a legit glow about me, like when I eat at the boathouse. But that same kind of glow, and Katie Coon, you're right. I loved Katie Coon, obviously, who doesn't, and the Chandu Tales in Tokyo Disney Sea. God, I miss those a lot. Not just because they were cute and fluffy, but they're delicious. And I only had 3. Clearly not enough. However many I had was definitely not enough. The Tokyo show will be about 5 hours long, possibly. I'm still trying to figure out in my mind how to break that down because there's Tokyo Disneyland and there's Tokyo Disney Sea. And Katie Coon, correct me if I'm wrong, we could do hours on Tokyo Disney Sea alone. Not to mention the hotels and the monorail and so there's a lot to it. We're going to have to figure this out. So, and Katie, I'll let you know about the thing. John Jones got Chinese. I would love some. Katie Coon, have you been craving Asian food the same way I have? I want to eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And for some reason here in Florida, they don't do Chinese food for breakfast the same way that they did in China. So, coordinated 2 episodes. Yeah, I don't know about that. Dave Rashoni, the most talented pianist and musical artist I know. It's like Rashoni, Bruce Barton, Michael Giacchino. Actually, I put Giacchino. Rashoni, Giacchino, and keep the 2 paisans together. And then Sherman, and then like everybody else. And I might put Sherman second. Rashoni, Sherman, Giacchino. How's that? We'll sort of mix it up a little bit. Just playing around with some of the lights just to get a little bit. At the last show, I felt that it was a little dark. So Do one show for each park. Separate one for the hotels. And Jamie, I didn't even get to see Japan outside the parks. That's why we're going back. Katie says, I did go to Morimoto because I was having steamed bun withdrawals. I, too, have been partaking of the buns. And did you go to Japan? Sorry, Katie and I are having a moment. Did you go to Japan, not the country, but the pavilion, and get the wasabi shumai dumplings? I literally went 3 times. I tried to go back for a 4th, and they were sold out, due in part for me. Easy solution. Sleep till 11. Get Chinese food for your breakfast, their lunch. I know, John. I do need to start thinking a little bit outside the box. So, are you using the lights you recommended to me a long time ago, Vague? Kyle, yes, I don't remember the lights. They're small, little LED. I just moved them in a couple of different places, trying a couple of different things. So, Joe Landino, so happy you had a good time at the Boathouse. How could you not? Say hi to Chef Bob. He's in the box. Tokyo Disney Sea made me look awesome. I just missed. Somebody asked me a question, and I totally glossed over it because we started talking about food. So forgive me if I missed it and asked. Oh, I know what it was. Somebody asked me. I'm going down a rabbit hole here. Somebody asked me what we're doing for Show 500. And I know that it's really like one show away, but I can't. I know what I want to do. I'm having trouble with the logistics of doing it. All I will tell you is this, is that I want Show 500 to be about you. And I would love to get all of you down here, but Show 500 is going to be like in a week, and that probably can't happen. I'm trying to figure out how to do it logistically, because what I would love to do, and you tell me if you like this idea or have a different one of your own. Wesley Slender, you're my best friend. Who's a skinny dude talking about Disney? I'm wearing black for a reason. Interview each of us separately. I thought about doing maybe an all-call, like I'll do a live call-in show, and you guys just share your memories of WDW Radio, your favorite guest, your favorite interview, whatever it is, so how WDW Radio may have impacted you, or a show may have impacted you, or a guest, or an event. I would just love to. I want the show to be about you. I want the show to be about you. Yes, Emma, I could easily do top 500 Disney foods with a couple of extra appendices on top of it. Do the call-in show, says Martin, 500 Disney. Box night for 5 nights straight. Colin, nobody wants to see that. Trust me. Top 5 things I miss about the Asian Disney parks. Chandu Tales. Man, that's a long list. Show 500 live from the Boathouse, where they feed Lou like a Roman emperor. Joe, I had actually thought about doing a live show from the Boathouse and doing something there, but I just think logistically that might be that might be difficult for me and the Boathouse. So we'll have to figure that out. Sam Kelly, I have not tried the Highway in the Sky dining around yet. Do a call-in show with all the show contributors that you have. And, if they were all in the same place, like if Tim was here and Becky was here, we could do it all in the same place and you guys call in somehow. I do have one thing sort of ish on hold just in case, but I've also realized that it's kind of next week. So I need to get my act together, or just delay show 499 for a week, and that buys me a little bit more time, which might have to happen anyway, because I have a very, very special guest coming on show 499 who is struggling with a little bit of a cough, and I don't want this person to have to suffer through what will clearly be a marathon recording session. You're here, you know who you are. Ride the People Mover for 500 laps. I could do it because I love it. Maybe during 500, you could talk a little bit about how it has all started. Judy Pavarini, I will be more. I'll put it this way: if somebody calls in and asks me to, I will. It will very much be an ask me anything kind of a show, because again, I want this to be in. I want this to be about you and what you want to hear. So, Colin, do I know any hidden gems of the boardwalk, staying in their villas for the first time next trip? Yes, but we talk about them in detail on show 3 something. I don't know. The one with Jim Korkis. What are the odds show 500 is broadcast from the boathouse? Maybe I should talk to Chef Bob about that. Do like the old shows with a bunch of mini segments. Oh, that's not a bad idea. A quick top 10. So let me explain something. Hi, I'm Lou Mongello. Maybe we never met. Quick and top 10 and shows with Becky, shows with Korkis. Quick and Lou Mongello never seem to. Nothing I do is quick. I don't do quick shows. I don't do quick meals. I don't do quick lunches. Just no. Mike Larmoyo, Mike L. hopes to see me at Epcot on Saturday. Hope to see you. Come to the meet of the month, Saturday, 3 to 4:30 in Japan. So, Jim Korkis on Walt Disney. I got to talk show 500 all in the Becky voice. I would ruin my my voice box by doing that. So, David Kelly just became a DVC member at Saratoga Springs, and he thought, David Kelly, Saratoga Springs is the new black. And what I mean by that is what used to be the resort that you would either buy into or stay at if you couldn't get anywhere else is now all of a sudden the hot property. Why? Because you're within walking distance of Disney Springs, which to me, as a local, is it's like a fifth park. It's actually the park that I go to most. So I think it is a smart idea. Chantel Crawford, we were just talking about Disney Vacation Club and the what I think are the pros now of Saratoga Springs and its proximity to one of, if not my, Boathouse is there. So I guess my favorite place in Walt Disney World, which is Disney Springs. David Coviello, I realized the other day I have never done, Keith, I am not going to do a deep dive into the into my Grease. You'll listen. I won't, not at my funeral. I'm not to get morbid, but I'm going to be hopefully I'll be whatever. I'll be laying there, and across I will have my crossed arms over my chest. I will have a rosary in one hand, God willing, and underneath the other one, clenched like One-Eyed Willie from the Goonies, I'll be holding the grease tape because nobody should ever see that. Trust me. Going Thanksgiving, one of my favorite resorts to see the Christmas trees. So I love Wilderness Lodge. Excuse me. I love to see the Christmas tree at the Grand Floridian. I love to see the Polynesian. I love Animal Kingdom, but it's so far away. So far away. Kelly, I have not done STK as yet either. John Delancey says, it's amazing how much I've come to love Disney Springs so quickly. Disney definitely got it right. And I will tell you this. Come closer. They're not done yet. What you're seeing happening now with the NBA I can say this, can't I? I'm going to say it anyway. What you're seeing happening now with the NBA experience, which should be interesting on a number of levels, is the first of what I think is going to be an ongoing. It will be part of a. I want to say this correctly. There are parts of Disney Springs that I believe are going to get their own bit of a refurbishment. I think that that West Side area, because think the NBA experience is coming in. Lanuba is going to be changing. How dramatically, you'll have to just wait and see until January. I think that there is going to be some movement in terms of venues switching locations. I don't know if this has been announced yet. Anyway, the venues are going to switch locations and some other venues closing to make way for other things. And I think what you're also going to see is an expansion of that area of Disney Springs. I think you're going to see additional parking in that area, which is much needed. Not just surface level parking, but a parking deck. And I think you'll see some new venues that will take advantage of the beautiful water. Look, I think right now, Boathouse, and by virtue of what the venue is, Paddlefish, are really the only two that take advantage of those beautiful vistas and the waterways. I think Boathouse even more so because not only can you That outside dock area with the big comfy couches, ay, Dios mío, I could spend all day and night there. I just might for show 500. Emma, did you just say there's all-you-can-eat sushi and bottomless? Well, forget the memo. I don't care about that. Hopefully we'll make the meat of the month. Did you just say Cali Grill Brunch has all-you-can-eat sushi? Show 4, I might, maybe that's what I'll do for show. What? They will lose money on me. I can promise you that. Oh, all you can eat sushi. My favorite 5 words put together in a single sentence in the entire world. So, John Delancey says, Dockside is my new favorite spot in Florida. Brother, I hear you, man. We were sat outside for my coaching session. It was the best coaching session ever. First of all, I am excited for what this guy is doing. But to be able to sit outside by the water, the amphicars going in, nice breeze and music. Oh, my God. I could have stayed there all day. Technically, 3.5 hours in. I guess I was there all day. So, show 500 should be a panel discussion with your usual guests. Top 10 WDW Radio moments as well. That's interesting. A panel discussion with the usual guests. You mean like Tim, Jim, Becky? Interesting. Not bad. Move for 500. Transport a truck full of Coors to Texarkana. I have no idea. Fred Abley, you are a cryptic man. I have no idea what that means. I have no idea what that means. Sebastian Corelli, though, is coming in for some Christmas with Mickey. I dig it. Tim is the man. Tim is a good guy. He's going to be down here in December. We've got to do something live together. So, Martin Shergold, my friend, says, what is the NBA? It is the National Basketball Association. It's where they take the ball and they throw it into the hoop like the old apple crate. That's Smokey and the Bandit. Sorry, man. I remember it clearly not well. David Kelly, have I ever stayed at the Vero Beach Resort? I have. I did a few years ago. So here's a very quick story. Like by quick, I mean it's going to take like 5 minutes. Years ago, I was giving an interview for a business-related podcast, and the guy's like, "Hey, man, like you live at Disney. You talk about Disney. Disney's your job. You're there all the time. Where do you go on vacation?" And I laughed, and I was like, "Huh." And then I sat there for a minute, and I was like, "Well." Because I thought we do the cruises, but they're group cruises, and there is a modicum of work involved. And I said, I don't know. And I realized at that moment that I really just hadn't taken a vacation in terms of just going somewhere, not necessarily for work, just to get away. So I had told my family that we were supposed to go to like Ohana or something for dinner that night. And they came home from, getting picked up from school, and I'm on the couch. And I just have my head in my hands. And they're like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, I am just under so much stress. I'm like, I just don't have time to go to dinner tonight. Let's just forget it. Like, order Chinese food. And they're like, "All right, fine, whatever, no big deal." And I looked up and I went, "I'm kidding. You guys have 5 minutes to go pack a bag for the weekend. Go." And they thought I was kidding. They ran upstairs and they packed a bag. And then once we got in the car, I told them we were going to Vero Beach. We had the best time. I love the resort. It's like the cruise line. And what I mean by that is you're not sort of hit in the face with Disney all the time, but there's just enough of a sprinkle on top of it. We loved just hanging out there. We played mini golf. We went in the pool, had such a good time. I need to do that again. Although they probably won't fall for we're not going to Ohana's, we're going to, they'll just get it. They'll just figure out exactly what I'm doing. So, how big is my Turvis? Martin, it's not the size of your never mind. It's a gigantic Turvis, like the size of my head, so it's a gigantic Turvis. This is my Finding Dory Hank in the Tank Turvis. Stephen William, my friend, it is so good to see you. Thank you again for everything. Caitlin, I have not been to Hilton Head as yet. It is on the list of things to do. Pete Bush, nice to see you again after so many, not just box people, but momentum people in here as well. And Steve, when you come down, if you want to go to listen, I don't want you to eat it. Look, eating at the Boathouse is one thing. Eating alone is something else. I'm here for you. I'm a giver. You ask around. I'm a giver. You need to go to the Boathouse. I'll be happy to do it. 500th episode in your Jersey accent. This is my Jersey accent. This is all I got left. Brunette, how you doing? Tony's hoping to come back in February or March. Any suggestions for 5 to 7 day stay? Oh, gosh, I missed that. Sorry, it went by too fast. Hit that again. Cue that up again. I didn't see it. Sorry. Linda Lammers, I'm so sorry that I didn't get a chance to see you. Karina Rojas, nice to see you as well. Christine Tilsley Morrison's watching from another football game. It is, thank you for taking me along with you. Who's winning, by the way? Allie Miller says, any meal you want on. Allie, be careful with the on me part. Have you seen how much I can eat? You pick the place and we will go. I don't know how adventurous of an eater. Have you been to, I think I just have a one-track mind. Have you been to Boathouse? Have you been to Morimoto? Have you been to, I don't know. We'll have to figure something out. It's a business meeting. It's a follow-up on a business meeting. So Dave Rashoni is working on a momentum goal card. That away, brother. And just so you know, man, I've got your postcards, not yours, but everybody else's. All your postcards ready to go out because I'm following up with all of you guys. Allie Miller has never been to Boathouse. We need to fix that right quick. Terry Cincinnati says, I know how not having that accent is. That's my worst Terry Cincinnati impression. Totally, Terry, FYI, you have an accent. I've heard it. I just tried to do it and whatever. Nikki Lawrence had sushi for breakfast one morning, thought of Lou the whole time. I love the fact that you had sushi for breakfast, that you thought of me, and I want to know where can you get sushi for breakfast, because I have been trying desperately to find it here. Although I did find a happy hour. There's a place here, don't give away the name if you're local, that has happy hour sushi that's like 5 minutes from my house. I stick it to the man. Big time. Big time. You get like rolls for like $3.50. So I go hungry, I leave happy, and I wear my stretchy pants. And Martin, we have shared some meal. Tonga toast, sushi. We've had some brill meals over at the UK. We've snacked together. I love it. Melanie secured the website, filed as an LLC, hashtag Momentum17. I love it, Melanie. I love it. I love what you guys are doing, and I'm trying not to look at your stuff because you're going to end up costing me a lot of money if I do. Allison says, sorry, I need to know what a dumpling is. You talk about them all the time. So there's two definitions of dumpling. I, by definition, am a dumpling. I sort of fit the dumpling description. Hashtag body by dumpling. There is a wide variety of dumplings in terms of how they're made and what they contain inside. There are some of the larger dumplings that are maybe a little smaller than almost like size of your fist. There's wet dumplings, there's dry dumplings, there's dumplings that you have in soup, there's little dumplings that are called shumai. Let me be your mentor. I will guide you through your dumpling edgy. You will be like my dumpling Padawan, and I will be like your dumpling Jedi Master. And together, we will gain like 18 pounds. So, Karen, have a good night. Lou is a dumpling in that case. I like dumplings. If A plus B equals ever, I got you. British oh, there are British dumplings? The alley dumpling can. It's also, it's body like Baymax, I guess, instead of body by Baymax, because the dumplings created the body, but I just look like Baymax. I'm watching you live instead of updating my business plan, but I'm happy to report that I'm making progress. Thanks to Momentum 17. John Han, thank you so much for being there, brother, and being there at the Mastermind Day. You know, if you have any questions, you need any help, you go into the group or just reach out to me directly. I am excited for, I'm not going to give anything away, but I'm excited for your thing. So, Emma McLaughlin has never been to Morimoto. Emma, we need to fix that. And if you have trouble finding the place or knowing what to order, I'm your guy. I'm literally like 7 minutes away. So, when are we going to get a Tokyo Disneyland Resort? So, William Heinrich, we're going to try and get that recorded in the next week between my schedule and the schedule of my guests, Princess Becky. It's been tough to try and coordinate, but we're going to get it together for you. Don't worry. And I have to figure out how to, there's a lot to cover. There's a lot to cover there. And what I will tell you is my favorite park anywhere. Kristen Fisher Conzen says, best sushi at Disney? where would you go? What WWLD? Where would Lou WWLG? Where would Lou go? So I will give you my top 3 places for sushi, and the first one is probably off the radar. Brunette's getting dumplings. I'm so jelly. The first one's probably off your radar, but it's Kimonos at the Swan. It's usually easy to get in. It's very, very good. They also have karaoke there, if that's your thing, but it's excellent. I would then probably direct you to... I'll direct you to Morimoto next for a variety of reasons. And then third, I would almost say... I was going to say California Grill. Watch how I sneak this one in. I was going to say California Grill, but instead I'm going to say Kona, because they do have the Kona sushi bar there. It's obviously a lot more accessible usually than California Grill is. So there you go. WWLE, where would Lou eat? Somebody, Keith, you know who you are, needs to make that a shirt. WWLE, where would Lou eat? And I'm still upset about the fact that Brunette is having dumplings without me. So... But Dave Coviello, the Food and Wine Classic at the Swalfin, still my favorite event. They did a great job this weekend. Saturday there was rain. They brought the whole thing inside into the ballroom. They really made it work and turned that over very, very quickly. And I was really impressed. Terry Cincinnati, are you saying I would do karaoke? Let me be clear. You have a better chance of seeing me not only play the grease tape on a big screen, but recreate it for you in person, like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, than ever hearing me sing karaoke. On a list of things you don't want to ever do, hear me sing karaoke is probably it. Because chances are if you're hearing me sing, you're either in my shower or in my car, which again, 2 places you probably don't want to be. Michael Fernandez is going to be in the Springs tomorrow. Where should I eat? I'll give you 3 selections. The Boathouse, and then if you can't get in, go to the Boathouse and sit outside. Tell them Lou sent you, and you can know where Lou sent me shirt. Jess Ra, McElroy. Hello from Mississippi. Like, are you like Biloxi, Mississippi? Like, where in Mississippi are you? John, do I ever go to Trails End? I love Trails End. I think it's the best value on property in terms of the amount of good, and this is a nice time to go too. Actually, no, I take that back. Go to Trails End like the second week of December when all the campsites are decorated for Christmas. Get yourself, splurge $50, whatever it is. Get the golf cart. Go to Trails End. Fatten yourself up. And then, don't drink and drive the golf cart, but fatten yourself up on the food. Then go out and cruise. I don't mean like cruise around the Fort Wilderness campgrounds and go see all the Christmas decorations. You should host a WDW Radio. I think you just said a WDW Radio karaoke contest and judge it for merch. That could be interesting to say the least. Maybe we'll do it on the next. Maybe. Wait a minute. Somebody write this down. If you're coming with us to Alaska next year, and if you're not, you should be. If you're coming with us to Alaska next year, maybe we'll have a karaoke contest. I kind of like that idea. I won't sing, but I'll judge. And oh, by the way, I'm going to just throw this out there. If you're not coming with us to Alaska, 1, you should. 2, we still have, I think, 4 cabins at day 1 pricing. The way Disney works, quick lesson, the way Disney works is when they open up the cruise for sale, as the ship fills up, the prices begin to increase. Higher, much, much higher. We locked in a limited number of cabins at that day 1 pricing. I believe we have 2 or 3 left. So if you are even remotely interested in getting a free quote, go to www.com/Alaska18 and get it, because I will tell you that my favorite itinerary is that one. So there you go. Joanna, Jana Sharada Mescola. I struggle with that all the time. I tried to make it as late as we could while still making it price accessible and not having it be too hot, because then it really changes the dynamic of the cruise. So I'm sorry that you won't be able to join us. Episode could be no. You don't want to. I was roasted once already on one of the cruises. So, John Fulton, what's my favorite meal at the boathouse? Yes. The favorite meal at the boathouse is usually the one that I'm eating, but I will tell you, there ain't nothing like their tuna. You could even get it as an appetizer because it's just like meat. Or I had the tuna. I had the sesame. What was it? The sesame seared ahi tuna burger the other day. It was so stupid good. The seafood terrabon. Always go with the fresh seafood. They get it in every single day. Allie Miller never had an oyster. Stop the presses, Vicky Vale. You never had an oyster? We're going to Boathouse. I'm going to show you how to have an oyster and what oysters should taste like. There you go. Heather, Joel, Laredo, will Disneyland have Christmas decorations up November 10th? Yes. I'm just guessing. I'm completely guessing. The Boathouse Pokey is really nice, Travis. You notice we keep coming back to food. It's really nice because it's cubed the way it should be, and it's served with avocado and little like a wasabi. Oh God! Now I want that too. I'm getting a little verklempt thinking about that. I might have. I'm supposed to go Friday night. Now I think I have to change my plans and go. Let's see. Let me go back. Hang on. Anyone you would recommend that has a taste of New York City? I will tell you. I believe that. I don't remember who just said that. So coming from the New York, New Jersey area, it's really, really tough to find good food here. However, there is a deli located not far. You can PM me and I'll send you the name of it. Not far from Walt Disney World that has its Boar's Head cold cuts. They actually ship in like their bagels and their bread. So it's good. So like last week I had a really good, just like Boar's Head pastrami sandwich with the spicy mustard. Like that's a little bit of a taste of New York. Other than that, the closest you're going to get pizza-wise, is Via Napoli. It's because of the water. It is because of the water. So, where am I staying in Vancouver? So, unfortunately, we can't stay at the, what's it called? The Paramount? The Yin Yang? The Ding Dang? The Bing? Whatever it's called. The one that we stayed in last time. We can't stay there because there's a conference there. So, I don't know where I'm staying. Ask Becky. Picayune, Mississippi, northwest of Biloxi. So Jessra, as a younger child, my parents had an antique business because I didn't realize they were entrepreneurs. So we used to travel the country by car, pre-internet, pre-DVDs in the car. Do the math. We used to travel the country, and I remember spending what seemed like weeks in Biloxi and in gosh, I can't remember, like at antique stores and flea markets and I loved it. It was a great experience. But there was one time we went to an antique store and I sat in the car with my younger brother for like 5.5 hours. So let's see. Jess Rye, we met at Epcot's 5th anniversary. You're my bro. Now I just connected. We had the conversation. Was that it? Now I think I remember the name and the face. There you go. So, did I try Blaze Pizza at the Springs? Roshona, are you talking to me? Have I tried? Look at this. Look at this body. Have I eaten? I actually love Blaze Pizza. Do I think it is like New York style pizza? No, but I actually like that pizza better than Via Napoli for a variety of reasons. It's fresh. You can customize it. It's easier to get into. I like the little personal style of it. And I like the fact that I can, again, stick it to the man by just loading it up with stuff. Because I like I like stuff on my pizza, just so you know. So, what's nice about Canada, also known as Canada, is no matter where you are, chances are you're close to a Tim Hortons. Remember that Tim Hortons had the Nutella donuts and that delicious coffee right before the Alaska cruise? God, that was delicious. I cannot wait to go back to Tim Hortons. I can't wait for have I mentioned that we still have a couple of spots open? And I get nothing out of you coming other than the more the merrier. I just want the most amount of people as possible to take part in and do this cruise because I will tell you cruising is better when it's done with friends anyway. So Pecosville versus Columbia Harbor House versus Cosmic Rays. I'm going to go Pecos, Columbia. No. I was a little disappointed last time I went to Columbia Harbor House. Pecos, Rays, Columbia Harbor House. They were limited time only. Nothing Nutella should be limited time only. So there's a Tim Hortons 5 minutes from Dave Rashoni's house. Don't ever move down here. I forget Disney World. It's not that important. If you have Tim Hortons right there, I would be 9,000 pounds if I lived 5 minutes from a Tim Horton. Just saying. Gulfport. I remember being in Gulfport, Mississippi. I think that's where I crashed a go-kart. But I mean, not intentionally. It was an accident, but whatever. Nikki Lawrence, right? Nutella. Now I'm thinking about Nutella. Again. Do I know what a double-double is at Tim Hortons? Of course I do. Who doesn't know? I have no idea. What's a double-double and how do I get one? Stephen Williams, wait a minute. There's Tim Hortons in New Jersey? I mean, it's not enough to get me to move back, but Dave Coviello throwing down Tim Hortons is greater than Dunkin' Donuts is greater than Krispy Kreme? That's interesting. That is interesting to know. I know I have to have my brain. I keep forgetting. Martin, you have to text me earlier in the day before the show starts so I can remember to get the Brandon pickle thing out. In Somerville, New Jersey. Well, Somerville, New Jersey went higher up on the list of places to move to in New Jersey because they've got a Tim Hortons. Stan Soul has 3 Tim Hortons 5 minutes from your house. Where do you live? Like, I'm trying to imagine where Stan Soul lives and what those, expanding concentric circles around him look like and just all the numbers of Tim Hortons and poutine places that are around him. Joe St. Vincent, I'm a Dunkin' Donuts guy, man. I will tell you this. Don't like Starbucks. I have tried and I cannot develop a taste for their coffee. Their iced green tea, it's nice. Not thrilling, but nice. Mike Osmond's now thinking about Nutella waffles at Sleepy Hollow. I need to do a video of that. I need to do a video of the Nutella waffles and really all the waffles at Sleepy. Maybe if I can only find somebody to help me eat them when I go. Because I can't eat 3. The spicy chicken, is that still there? Sam, yeah, I'm just not a, I can't, it's the coffee is, it reminds me of Olga, just dark and bitter. No, I'm kidding. But it is, it's a bitter. I just can't develop a taste for that. That was a joke. That was not meant to be mean. It was totally kidding. She was a wonderful person and I love and wish her well. Let's see. Nikki Keller says, amen. Duncan's way better than saying it. Judy Pavarini knows if I do a video about the Nutella waffles, I will kill the Nutella waffles like I've done with so many other foods in Walt Disney World. God, I killed a bunch of things by accident. I didn't even mean to. Heather Richards, oh, how I miss Olga. She said that, not me, to be clear. Don't, take that sound clip and play it anywhere. Anyway. Clay Green says, I can't go expensive on coffee. I got better things to spend my money on. I'm with you. Like, if I'm going to spend $7 on a drink, it's not going to be a Starbucks cup of coffee. It would probably be tea or have Nutella in it somewhere. So, go-kart. Katrina got that place on the beach and oh, that's too bad. That is too bad. Best coffee in the parks are where it's Dunkin' Donuts near Port Orleans, PORS, Port Orleans Riverside. Your closest one is going to be at the end of Hotel Plaza Boulevard. If you make a left at Crossroads, there's one right there. That's really going to be your closest one. They are building one just north of Magic Kingdom, which might be closer, 6 1/2 dozen or the other. Kevin Tolman, what is going on? Andrew, what restaurant would you recommend to get a reservation for 15 plus? So my answer is going to depend on when you're going and then the palates of the people that are going. Places like Kona Cafe, believe it or not, you can usually accommodate there. I had a lunch meeting at Old Key West at Olivia's. Sometimes you can get a nice big table there. You can also get the big table at Via Napoli. You can always get a big table. Not always, but you should get a big table at... Did I mention the Boathouse? Are we talking to the Boathouse at all tonight? What kind of stretchy pants do you use? So, Carlos, I literally am wearing, I kid you not, I am wearing stretchy pants right now. I was feeling exceptionally fluffy today, and so I put on I put on stretchy pants. So don't ask me to stand up. My son just walked in and said, "Who's that guy? Who's that weirdo you're watching?" I said, "It's Lou Mangello, man." So Quinn, what is going on, brother? How you doing? You are 7 years old. Enjoy being 7. Quinn, I have a question for you. Come here. Come here. What were you for Halloween yesterday? What was your Halloween costume? Emma McLaughlin, I'm going to get it right. Emma, they're not always, 2 creams, 2 sugars. Thank you. They're not always lunch meetings, but sometimes they are legit lunch meetings. Like the other day, somebody actually, and I say this only because I'm incredibly grateful and humble that he did. Somebody flew in. He didn't want to do a coaching call like on the phone. I dig it, man. He wants to do the eye-to-eye, face-to-face, handshake and the hug, and we had like a 5-hour meeting there. So if you sell WDW Radio stretchy pants, I'm needing a pair. I'm sure Tarson's and Darius trying to figure out how to make LuLaRoe WDW Radio pants. So would the Pandora Banshee be a good Christmas present for a 4-year-old? Yeah, man. My son, when he got his was, it's 12, like 11, and he loved it. And he doesn't play with it anymore, which is what kids do. But yeah, it's a really cool gift. Public sub or Wawa sub. So Dave Coviello, I went to school in Philadelphia, right outside of Philadelphia, and I had a Wawa like within driving distance of my house when I lived there. But I'm a Publix guy now. I am a Publix guy now. Publix makes a pretty mean sub. So, but that being said, I do need to go back and try a Wawa sub. So you can get a turkey gobbler sandwich. Laurel Radke Garber actually made it in for a change. It is nice to see you, Laurel. How was your Halloween? We have so much I think I'm going to bring Halloween candy to the meat of the month on Saturday, much to my kids' chagrin, because we have so much candy. It's not even funny. Your daughter was a Disney World tourist. Kelly, if you don't, you can block out her face, but take a picture of her. On my Facebook yesterday, I posted asking people to share a picture. You can go to my personal, facebook.com/LouMangello. Go to that thread, post a picture. I would love to see her as a Disney World tourist. That would be awesome. Nikki's getting a Dunkin' in Santa Cruz. Isn't that where the Lost? No, that was Santa. That was a different other Santa. Do they sell ornaments on WDW cruises? Sam Kell, yes, they do. Jess Raw, I also cannot wait to see Thor Ragnarok. It's a busy weekend, but I am going to try and sneak it in. Christine Morrison says, excuse my Lou 2 words, Jersey Mike's. So the first time I ever had Jersey Mike's was, I think, at the first Jersey Mike's in Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey. I dig Jersey Mike's, and I think what sets Jersey Mike's apart from even what you get here, all over the public, the bread. The bread's got to be just right, and it's got to be of the proper density to soak in the oil and the vinegar and the salt, pepper, oregano, so it really just gets all... I am so hungry. I'm always hungry. Jessica says, a reminder of Lou Ferrigno. Jessica, I'm not sure how to take that. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not. I mean, he's a wonderful, charming, handsome, literal Hulk of a man, but I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not. If it's not, I'll just pretend that it was. Maverick Eckstein says, I actually built props from the film. Like, you built props to take with you to the movie, or you built props that were used in the movie. Either way, that's cool. So Sam says, I love the podcast review of the Grand Floridian. Thank you, Emma, of the high tea. It's on my to-do list, especially all the cheeses. Sam, I love that. Not just because I did it with Emma, but it's just one of my favorite, I think, overlooked experiences in Walt Disney World. John says, I'm a recent Jersey Mike's convert. There's 1 mile from my house. I go there weekly. Nice. They call it Santa Carla. That's right. You saw the comic book. Oh, my God. You guys send him a picture of the comic book store. You built props for a client building a Thor costume. That's pretty cool. Jessica says I'm way hotter than... Can I take a screenshot of that? Because I'm not usually... Nobody ever says that I'm hot. And, is hotter than Hulk... Again, is that really much of a compliment? Like, it's a relatively low... Doesn't matter. I'm going to take that anyway. D. Sargent says, my son and I go every trip. See, that's a nice thing to do. The high tea at the Grand Floridian. And it's not like it's not the perfectly princess tea that's like $2.50. It's not prohibitively expensive, and you actually get a lot of food. Like we didn't almost. I mean, we did, but we almost didn't finish our food while we were there. So, what's the one must-do excursion during the Alaska cruise? Man, Russell, there's so many. That's hard to say. And actually, it's funny because Becky and I are talking about the excursions for the cruise next year, this week. But, you do sort of need to go out and go whale watching. But I think for me, going up to see Mendenhall Glacier and standing at the base of this mountain of ice, I mean, you feel dwarfed in its presence. And it was a very... I don't mean to sound like I'm waxing poetic, but it was a very humbling experience in terms of it was memorable for me because you realize just how tiny we are on this giant planet. I know, maybe I was just hungry, but can I flash the cruise info? Bang, there it is, 18th to the 25th. And again, you can still get in on day one pricing. Tell them Lou sent you, because I did. I wonder how high tea compares to UK afternoon tea. If you listen to the review, I believe the lovely Emma Godbold talks about that because she's from your United Kingdoms. Kevin Hughes goes to Jersey Mike's and Point and Brick all the time, and I haven't been back to Point Pleasant Beach in, a long, long time. T-Rex or Rainforest? T-Rex. David Kelly. T-Rex for the ambiance and the food. Although I haven't been to Rainforest in ages. God, I haven't been to Rainforest in ages. It has been a long, long time since I've been there. So I think the last one was at Rainforest Cafe. Was at Menlo. It was when I did the Jersey event. It was 2013, so it's almost coming up on 5 years ago. Was the last time I was at a Rainforest Cafe. So, I think my chat just froze here. I have to look on this one. You had to ask for another pot of tea. Natalie says, do you know what annual pass holder room discounts will be announced for January? They should be announced soon. Becky Menken from Mousefan Travel is unfortunately not here. But if you want to, you can actually probably just go to them and just ask them, and they might be able to answer that question for you. Your son John says hello. John McElroy. I actually knew. I went to high school with a John McElroy. I wonder whatever happened to him. I wonder what happened to John McElroy. So, is it true all Run DU was canceled or just in California? So Kelly, it was only they're canceled temporarily in California, and the reason why is obviously, especially with some of the recent announcements in terms of the new hotel that's being built and changes coming to Downtown Disney. It's only because of the construction that's going on there. Because what would have to happen is it wouldn't be a Run Disney race. It would be a Run Anaheim race. Because you really wouldn't get to spend very much time in the Disney parks. So they made what I had to imagine was a very difficult decision, which was to postpone the races probably for a year or so and then bring them back. So Dave Coviel, I have tried Polite Pig. I have not done a live review of Polite Pig as yet. Again, something else that needs to be added to the list. RJ Shimp, hello from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I haven't been. That's another place I have. When I first heard your name, I thought it was RJ Shrimp. But I'm blind as a bat. David, I don't know what the I think it's just a normal yearly refurb at Splash, just because of the time of the year. Because they take advantage of the relatively low crowds right now and the cooler weather. So this is when they normally do just like a regular yearly update. Somebody says the best Raman says, best quick service is Cucina Cucamonga. It's legit. The best quick service in DCA. I would maybe hold my Cozy Cone up against that just because I love my Cozy Cone. Sorry, it's going by too fast. Thoughts on Grand Avenue Tap House stuff? David Coviello, I have not been there yet. I'm not kidding when I say, first of all, I've been gone for like a month. But besides that, I am not in the parks every day, let alone every week. So I just haven't seen it as yet. I will tell you that's one of the things that I like. I usually like to wait, give it a little bit of time for it to open before I go and check it out and certainly review it. Astros or Dodgers Game 7. I have no horse in the race other than my dad was from Brooklyn. He was a Brooklyn Dodgers fan. He knew some of the players growing up as a kid. He has like a ball signed by Pee Wee Reese. He has a mitt signed by Roy Campanella. But I think Houston, because of everything they've gone through this year, could use it might be good for Houston to win the World Series. So go get them. Go Astros. I've been to this is a really dumb question. Is the Astrodome's not there anymore? Is it? I think I saw a Houston Astros game when they used to have like the blue and the orange and the red striped bad 70s, 80s shirts way back when. So I need an accountability partner to keep me away from Sprinkles Cupcakes because strawberry is my jam, says Nikki Keller. Nikki, you come down here. I will keep you away from Sprinkles Cupcakes. I might fatten you up on Morimoto and Boathouse, but you will not be having any Sprinkles Cupcakes. Polite Pig versus Homecoming. Homecoming by a landslide? Homecoming by a landslide. I like Polite Pig, don't get me wrong. And remember, you're also comparing a quick service versus a table service. The food at Polite Pig is excellent. I love being able to sit outside, but Homecoming for the deviled eggs and the hush puppies and the fried green tomatoes and the fried chicken sandwich and the pecan pie and so Homecoming and Homecoming. So Emma, we have been talking about a UK trip for a long time. Not just because I want to come out and see you, but I want to come out and I want to do a UK Paris trip. And it's just the timing, because next year we've got the cruise and the ABD, and then we're into 19 already. So we're looking at 19, 20, and 21. And I'll give you guys a little. Don't tell Becky because she's not here. It doesn't matter. 19, I think we're gonna do. Italy. We're gonna do Adventures by Disney at Italy, and I think 20 we're gonna do Shanghai and Tokyo, and a little bit more of Japan. So we might be looking at 20, unless on the way to Italy we stop in the UK and Paris. That might be it. So, but we'll see. And then 2021, you got the new ship. A couple other ideas I haven't told Becky about that are on the big wall. She desperately wanted to come over. She's here, not here. She desperately wanted to come over tonight just because she wants to see the wall, and it's not going to happen. So. Somebody said I wanted to bathe in sausage gravy. Amanda, I don't even know what you're talking about, and I always want to bathe in sausage gravy. So one of our favorite restaurants is 50s Prime Time. Awesome atmosphere. Gosh, I don't think I've ever done have I ever done a live review of 50s? I don't think so. We have to I have to get on the live review thing again. I haven't done a live review in a while, and I'm starving. I'm sorry. I should show you guys though. Wait a minute. How funny would that be if I showed you the wall and I didn't show Becky the wall? Wait a minute. Closer. Right about. Oh, no. That's the big board. And that's what I can't show you. Sorry. Let's see. Paul Clark agrees that the fish and chips from the outside chip shack is better. It should be flaky and firm inside. And I know that Martin Shergold agrees with you about the quality of the fish outside. Emma says, definitely on the way to Italy. It's on the way. It's like right there from the UK. Come aboard. See, Alnwick Castle, all the Lake District, etc., and Northeast coastline. It's amazing. So, Emma, if I came to the UK, and certainly I'd have to come to see you, when I come to see you in the UK, where are we going to go to eat? This could be, your answer could really determine whether or not, and if and when, we collectively as a community go to the United Kingdom. So think carefully. Where would we go and eat? I'm not sure the waitress at 50's prime time. David, will be interesting because, again, they're stuck in 1953. Would they even know what I was doing and understand the concept of live broadcasting? They probably shouldn't. So, Laurel, I know you can keep a secret, but so can I. By the way, there's something I wanted to bring up, but is Keith Groshans still in here? Is the Amphicar worth the money for 30 minutes at the boathouse? So David, they're the Amphicars. I think it's look, I don't feel comfortable, unless it's about food, telling people where to spend their hard-earned money. Certainly not where to spend money on their vacation to Disney. I think the Amphicars are a quaint, unique, quirky attraction. It's a neat little tour of the lake from a very unique mode of transportation. You've got to determine if it's worth it for you, for 3, or if you can squeeze 4 people in there. I've done it probably 4 times, and I like it. I think it's cute. I think it's fun. I like being on the water, but you've got to sort of, again, determine if that's, right for you. So the meatloaf at 50's Cafe is incredible. And Vincent, as we get into the fall, this is like meatloaf weather. I don't mean like Paradise by Dashboard Light. I mean like good meatloaf, stick to your ribs, down home, like country cooking, like meatloaf with the ketchup on top. So you're right. Maybe I need to, I'm going to write that down. I'm going to write down 50's prime time. 50's prime. Maybe what I'll do is I'll see if anybody from the WDW Radio Nation wants to join me for a review at Primetime Cafe. It's totally just another way of me trying to ask you, beg you, bribe you to become part of the WDW Radio Nation family, not just because you're going to get a scavenger hunt every month, not just because you could possibly get monthly rewards. We're doing live video group calls where you guys are on video as well. It's usually a relatively small number. Really have a good time with monthly calls like that. There's monthly care packages from Walt Disney World. And oh, by the way, you also help the show. You keep these lights, you literally keep these lights on. And I also take a portion of the proceeds every month for Make-A-Wish Foundation of America. So there you go. And you can maybe join me in a live dining review. We do Fact or Fictions together on the show. So let's see. Best quick service in the Springs. Best quick service in the spring. So I'll throw out Morimoto street food. I will throw out, I will add that to the maybes. Morimoto street food and, oh gosh. The sausage I had at BB Wolf's was pretty good. That was a while ago. I'm having an Asian persuasion, so that's why I think I'm leaning towards Jess Ray Blaze Pizza. Oh, Earl's Sandwich, that's good too. Yikes. Comfort food time, sweatpants weather, stretch sweatpants weather. So, Cindy Moat Steppen, it is always so nice to see you. House of Blues barbecues. Melanie Jones, I haven't had that yet. I have so many places I still need to try. You would think, with as much as I eat in Walt Disney World, I will have eaten everywhere. And yes, it's true that Flights of Wonder is closing. I don't know if it's just for refurbishment or if it's going to come back. So, Steve Schussler is in fact a Minnesota boy. Amanda, I have not taken my kids on an ABD out of the country. What a good age would be. You have 6, 4, 2, and 6 months. So I think, especially with a 6-month-old, there's a number of factors that come into play in terms of your ability and their ability to enjoy it, the cost that you have to weigh. If you're thinking about ones that you're going on, you could shoot me a message and talk to you, or certainly reach out to Becky, and she will put you in touch maybe with one of her agents. Because I know, like, for example, the China trip, this was not, we were going, like, and there were some days where we were going all day, like from 7 o'clock in the morning till late at night, like excursions on the Great Wall, at the airport, on a plane. There was a lot of stuff that was happening. So depending on where you go and what type of trip it is, and what type of trip you want to have, that's some of the things that you guys have to. Like John Jones, I can't believe you just said late night meatloaf sandwich, because somebody else said primetime again and mentioned meatloaf, and I'm like, oh God, I would love to go downstairs. This is in a perfect world. I would love to go downstairs in my stretchy pants, have a meatloaf sandwich, cold, believe it, well, maybe cold, and watch the rest of Stranger Things. However, I don't live in Fantasyland, and after I get off this call, I'll be working for the next 4 hours. Tim Moore, I did try Frontera. I only was there for like a couple of appetizers a couple of months ago. It was okay. I'm not going to lie. I did not do cartwheels. I do dig me some Mexican food. If I had a choice to go to Frontera or to go to Chewy's, which is off property, like if I was craving Mexican food, I'd go to Chewy's. So, Andrew Mylan, these are in fact Muppet Vision glasses behind me. No, are they Muppet Vision? Yes. They were given to me. I did not take them. So, all right. It's 8:40. I will give you guys a choice because you are my family and I love you. Paul Clark, as a matter of fact, there is. I think there's one. No, that's a lie. I think I have 2 next week. I have one on Thursday and one on Friday. So stay tuned for live broadcast next week, next Thursday and Friday, and Wednesday, because Wednesday. All right. You guys have a choice. Oh, Tim Moore, I love the Elvis combo. Oh, Dios. Now, we got to go to Chewy's. Stat. Sorry, I'm so distracted. I start here thinking food, and I'm famished again. All right, here we go. All right, you guys have a choice. Would you rather we do some call-ins for the next 20 minutes or so, or would you like to play for a mystery prize sitting on my desk? I will quickly take a show of hands or votes or whatever to let me know what you would prefer. Would you prefer, post it in the comments. Would you prefer call-in or contest? Call-in or contest? It's so hard. Prize, play, prize, 20 questions, prize. I think the people have spoken. I think the people have clearly spoken. So, only one person wants to call. Paul Clark wants to call in. I should just let Paul Clark call in and just be done with it. And let him play for, that's what I should do. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not fair. I can't do a call-in and only one person play for a prize. That's not fair for everybody else. So, all right, we'll do 20 questions. Let me think about some place in Walt Disney World or a thing or a person or a cast member or a food item, a snack, an attraction, current or extinct, that you guys could play for. Okay. Now, we're gonna play for a prize, but there's a twist. because tonight the winner is going to have a choice. The winner is going to be able to choose what is in this unmarked priority mail envelope or what is in this Shanghai Disneyland bag. They're both mystery prizes. You can only choose one, and I'm not going to tell you what's in it ahead of time. You choose the mystery priority mail envelope or the Shanghai Disney Resort envelope. So there's two envelopes. I know what's in there. You don't. But this is how the game is played. If you've never played before. It is my electric bill. Would anybody like my American Express bill this month? Anybody? Did I mention joining WDW Radio Nation? Speaking of American Express bills, you know, you really help the show and keep, literally, you need, I need help keeping the lights on. All right, so you get the bag too, David Potts. You get this bag and whatever is inside of it, if that's what you choose, because you also don't know what's in here. You don't know what's in the priority mail envelopes. So, Stephen Williams, I am Monty Hall. Maybe I'll give you a chance to swap it out at the end too. You can go play Let's Make a Deal. All right, so this is the way the game is played, my friends. I will take 20 yes or no questions as I see them in the chat. Be patient with me. I follow the chat as fast. It goes by fast. I follow it as closely as I can. I will take 20 yes or no questions. The first correct answer that I see, again, be gentle, because sometimes I get emails like, I answered before that guy. I'm doing the best I can. 20 yes or no questions. The first correct answer gets, I will tell you who you are when I see it come across. It could be a zonk. You never know, Colin Kendall. The first correct answer gets to choose the Shanghai Disney bag, excuse me, or the unmarked United States Post Office priority mail flat rate envelope. And with that, I have the item or the thing or the person or the place on this little sticky note right here. 20 yes or no questions. You may begin now. There's a little bit of a delay, so here we go. No whammies, Jess Ra. No whammies. All right, here we go. Is it an attraction? No. Is it a place? Yes. Is it an Epcot Center? Oh my God, it's going by so fast. No. Is it current? Yes. Is it food? No. Hello. That's 5. Is it in Florida? Yes, it's Florida. It's not food. Is it in Magic Kingdom? No. Oh my gosh, this is going by so fast. Sorry. So if you say hotel, I don't know what you're asking me. You have to actually make it like a question. Like, are you asking me, is it a hotel or is it in a hotel? Is it a resort? No, it's not. Is it in a park? I think I answered that. Is it the vacant Hollywood Studios? No. Is it in Animal Kingdom? No. I don't know why I say 20. Is it in Disney Springs? No. Is it merchandise? No. Is it a Lion King show? No. Is it in Pandora? No. Is it Disney Springs? No. Is it MGM Studios? No. I have to look at this other chat because the other one's not going by fast enough. Is it a character? No. Is it the tap room? No. Is it Blue Zoo? No, but I'm starving. Is it the Slinky Dog coaster? No. Is it in Epcot? No. I don't even know why I'm keeping track here. Is it in World Showcase? No. Wilderness Lodge? No. Is it Pavilion? No. Is it Tim Foster? No, it's not Tim Foster. It's not food. It's not a movie. It's not Baseline. It's not Animal Kingdom. Is it in a resort? Yes, it's in a resort. Is it an extinct attraction? No. Is it man-made? Yes. Is it holiday-related? No. Store? No. We're way past 20, by the way. Is it a person? No. Is it in Port Orleans? Yes. Is it Lou's house? No. Is it Whispering Canyon? No. Is it the Carousel Boardwalk? No, but great guess. Is it Whispering Canyon? It isn't. Yes, it's in Port Orleans. Is it Stormalong Bay? No. Is it not Art of Animation? No. It's not Contempo Cafe. Why am I keeping track of no? Is it the Boardwalk Pumpkins? No. Well, wait a minute. We have a winner. David Coviello says, "Is it the River Roost?" It is the River. We'll take River Roost for River Roost Lounge. Yes, we will take River Roost for River Roost Lounge. So, David Coviello, who I believe is a long-time box person. David Coviello, how long have you been watching in the box? And after you answer that question, let's see if I can find you here. Dave Coviello says, "Bam!" All right, so Dave Coviello, I'm looking for your answer. How long have you been watching and listening? And my chat is going by remarkably fast, so I'm trying to. I know that Amanda's watching from Pop Century. Amanda, he just beat you. So sorry. So sorry. You just won my electric bill. Please pay it quickly because they're literally going to turn the lights off. So I'm looking for David's answers here. Maybe 3 years. So all right. So David Covey, he's already said he wants the Shanghai bag. He wants the Shanghai. You sure? I'm going to give you one last chance. You sure you want the Shanghai bag over the priority mail envelope? Last chance. Shanghai or priority mail? Is it a pop socket? I don't know. He's got to guess. Jamie Williams, I will show you. What should I show him or should I just send it to him? Sounds great. The bag's exotic. It might have dumplings. All right. So you've passed on the priority mail envelope. I mean, I'm not going to show you what's in here, but clearly you can hear. I mean, there's at least 1, 2, 3, 4. There's stuff in there. There is stuff in here, but you chose the Shanghai Disney Resort bag, which unfortunately is just a Shanghai Disney Resort bag. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. No, I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do that. Should I show him what it is or should I just send it to him? Should I just send it to him? Make him figure it out? Actually, there is something that's supposed to be in here that's not in here. Oh, I forgot to put that thing in there. Well, you want to see it? You want to see it? All right, you want to see it. All right. So, let's see. There's just a couple little... there's some things I won't even bother showing. They cut just a couple little throwaway kind of things. But you're going to get some Shanghai Disney maps of the parks with some of the cool Halloween stuff in it. And the maps are actually beautiful. Like, I would love to actually take one of these maps because they're huge too. Like, they're huge. So I couldn't just send you maps, of course. And I am going to throw in a pop socket too, just for giggles, because. So I will tell you, and if you listen to the, actually no, you haven't heard yet. So I'm going to show you something that came from Tokyo Disney Sea, which was a surprise to me and one of my favorite things that I've done. I'm not going to show you what this is, but all I will say is that if you are familiar with the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, you are going to want to listen to our recap show about Tokyo Disney Sea and just why I loved this map and everything that came with it. This is one of the coolest things I have ever done in a Disney park. But wait, there's more. There's more. Please bring pop sockets when we cheer for the half marathon. So, you know what I'll do? What if I bring some pop sockets to the meet? How's that? What if I bring some pop sockets to the meet? I'll try to remember to bring them to the to cheer as well. But wait, I had to bring you something else too. And one of the coolest things that I saw when I was in Shanghai, and I specifically bought extras because I wanted to bring these back as giveaways, and I randomly selected one because I think there's about 30 different ones. And I also didn't even know, because of the currency exchange, I didn't even know how much I was spending. I was like, oh, these are cool, and I just grabbed them. Remember I told you about joining the nation to keep the lights on? Really, join the nation, keep the lights on. But one of the coolest things I saw were these collectible coins from Shanghai Disneyland. And the one that I randomly selected for you, I know it's hard to see. Well, actually, if you don't mind me, I'll actually open it for you. It's easily resealable, don't worry. They have these collectible, tradable, like they're really heavy too. But I got you the Shanghai, because I love the castle so much. I randomly grabbed you. There you go. Shanghai Castle. And this is what the back looks like. So again, it is part of it's part of a set. And I think that, like I said, I think there's 30. And I'll also throw in some other WDW Radio swag and stuff in there too, as part of your Asian Disney Park mini 20 question prize package. So there you go. So you win, my friend. Send me your, let me make myself, put a sticky note on here. David Coviello. David, and then plus pop socket, pop and radio stuff. So send me your address. I'll be sending you out your stuff. And this other prize, which is not flat, by the way, will go back into the prize closet for another day and another time and another winner. So there you go. Andrew Milan, thank you so much for signing up as part of the nation. The way Patreon works is that I get notified, but I don't get a list of all the new patrons because they sort of, they do it every month. So if you join today, you won't be getting anything from me in terms of an email until the beginning of next month. That's when your first contribution will kick in. So thank you so very much to you and anybody who is part of the nation. Oh, David, I do have your address and stuff, don't I? All right, so I will make sure I pull it from there and send it out to you. So, but if you have joined the nation and you haven't gotten your stuff yet, depending on what level you're in, shoot me an email. I'll track it down. I have to order the personalized magic bands because of where I get them from. It takes usually a few weeks for me to get them. So sometimes it takes a little while to get those initial packages out. But if you're missing anything, if there's something that you need, hit me up on email or messenger, and I will help you out. And with that, it is almost 9 o'clock, which means it's like 4 o'clock in the morning in your United Kingdoms if you are overseas. So, any last questions before we go? I will do a little Ask Me Anything. Anything I can help you with. Aramis Salazar Gaudet is a new listener, but already a huge fan. So if you're a new listener, you know you're not a fan. You are my friend, and I am grateful to you for listening. So Jamie got the Magic Band cover right before the trip. Very cool. Sweet. A man who was on Tower of Terror. I love it. Veronica, fun night as always. I love it. Cindy Mochsteppen, looking forward to seeing you, getting my handshake and a hug. Ricky DJ Technoid Reed, you are in my heart and my prayers, brother. I hope you are doing well. David Pata did not order the new iPhone yet. Emma says it's only 1 a.m. Parties just get. I like how you roll. Now I'm going to see. Now I have to push my UK trip a little bit farther up. Any new Disney book to recommend? Yes. There's depending on what you're looking for. There's a book called Marketing the Magic by a friend of mine. You should definitely go and check that out. January meet is going to be over Marathon weekend. Usually it takes place at the Tomorrowland. It's not the Noodle Station anymore, but the Tomorrowland Terrace. That Saturday. Carlos, I think, is happy that there was no Queen voice tonight, or disappointed. We go to Disney Park every Friday. We call it Disney Fridays. I love that. Darlene Nagy, go big or go home. I'm going X, baby, until I find out how much it costs. Did I mention the Nation keeping the lights on? May meet, Star Wars Day, December meet. Marla Chen, I don't know yet, but hopefully I will see you when you come here. I'll meet the week after. So Stan Solo, we'll get together when you come as well, brother, if we can. Oh, John is here. There you go, John. So marketing the magic. I wasn't sure if you were here or not. I wish I had a graphic I could throw up really quickly. So Aaron Vieira is starting to train for a marathon with us. That is awesome. Thanks to all of you who are part of the running team. Who's coming out this weekend for either the meet of the month, for food and wine and the meet of the month, or to run, cheer, or just eat your wine and dine weekend? Kyle Loomis, thank you so much, because we all float down here. John Fulton, hope to meet you in the parks as well next week. Some Dodgers fans, some Astros fans. Who's coming in this weekend? Who's going to be at the meet of the month? Oh, I should have put the graphic up. Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock to 4:30. Dave Coviella, love Bucks night. Love you too, brother. Congratulations as well. Oh my gosh, it was something else I forgot. I guess I'll have to mention it next week. Should I give them a little hint? I'm going to give you guys a little hint. You know what? Forget it. I'm going to tell you anyway. I'll tell you guys first so you get to jump on it. Last week, was it last week? I don't know. I've lost track of time. Last week, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, I was invited to speak at the Make-A-Wish Conference, the national convention in Phoenix, where I shared your stories of the team, the auctions, the things that you do, how the team and running for Make-A-Wish and raising money for Make-A-Wish affects you, and was really honored to be a part of that. And it's something I've been thinking about for a long time, and something that I wanted to do is as we continue to grow, as we continue to change, I think it's time for a little bit of an update. I think it's time for a little bit of a little modification. You've seen in the past how, for example, the WDW Radio logo has progressed, thankfully, over the years. Gosh, that first one was awful because I made it myself. That logo has progressed over the years, and I think it's time for the Dream Team logo to progress as well. This has been sort of what we've been using for really since the very beginning. That Dream Team project on the bottom was created by one of my best friends in the world, and really somebody who is the heart of the Dream Team, who is Valerie. But I think it's time we update it. I think it's time we update the Dream Team project. And I invite you, my oh-so-creative friends, to come up with something for our Dream Team project logo. This was sort of an amalgam of the project logo and then a little bit of a tagline on top. But I would love to create something new for us to use as our Dream Team project logo. I'll maybe sort of officially announce this next week. I'm not showing my face because I'm getting choked up again, because this is the most important thing that I do. We talk about the nation, we talk about all these other things. This is why I do what I do, and it's really what got me started. And then going with my dad, and then after losing my dad, and this is really important. So I would like to create a new logo to represent what we do collectively as the Dream Team project. So Marcus says, what definitely needs to be on it? Nothing. It's just the Dream Team project. We raise money for Make-A-Wish Foundation of America. If you want to incorporate the Make-A-Wish logo, you can. I'll announce it again maybe on the site this week. And then I will give whoever the winner is, we'll vote like we have in the past, and we'll let you guys vote on a new logo, and I will give the winner something awesome. Maybe what's in here, maybe even more than what's in there. I'll definitely give more than what's in there. But I would love to sort of rebrand and update the branding of the Dream Team project, which, believe it or not, I'm talking about the nation and the running team. All those things feed that. It feeds that. And, we've raised more than $250,000 for Make-A-Wish. And that's what you guys have done. We have met the families that you've impacted. I've met the folks from Make-A-Wish who are, they brought me out there because they are so impressed at what you have done, and use that as an example for other teams and other chapters around the country, and really chapters from around the world. So you inspire and help a lot of people. Aramis is sharing a story about his little boy, so you understand the importance of that. And when we meet these kids and those families in January during Marathon Weekend, man, there is no greater joy in the world. So I'd love to update the look and the feel and the branding of our Dream Team project. So I'd love for you to submit your ideas or ideas, plural, and you could enter as many times as you want for an updated Dream Team project logo. We'll vote on it after we get all the entries in. I'll announce it again on the site this week, and then I'll give the winner a prize package and a really big freaking hug as well. So I love each and every one of you individually and collectively. I cannot thank you enough for being here. Wednesday night is my favorite night of the week, and it is simply due to you. And I hope that you are having a great week. I hope it's your best week ever. I hope you had a great Halloween. It's November. We're coming close to the end of the year. It's a time to start thinking about being thankful, not just for Thanksgiving, but each and every day, the same way that I am thankful for you and all the stuff that you do for this family, for the nation, for the Dream Team, and yeah, for me. So I hope that you guys have an awesome week. So until next time, maybe even this weekend from Food and Wine Festival, see ya.